Yes guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today, this is going to cause a lot of controversy because I am going to be picking my top 5 worst grounds in the National League and my top 5 best grounds in the National League. This is one I've been waiting to do for a while now, so please make sure to press the like button. Let's go for 60 likes on today's video. Hit the red subscribe button if you haven't already. We're closing down on 1.85k subscribers and then on to 2k. Let's get into my 5th worst ground, which is Meadow Park, home of Boreham Wood. Capacity of 4,500, which makes it one of the smallest in the league. It's a very open ground and they only average around 720 fans per home game, which is by far the worst in the league, so the atmosphere would be appalling. You know, there's Arsenal close by, so there's not many fans that resort to go and watch Boreham Wood. There's no atmosphere. The ground is very open. It's a basic lower league ground, so Boreham Wood is my 5th place. 4th place is the Bob Lucas Stadium. I wouldn't really call it a stadium, but it's home of Weymouth Football Club. The only pictures I can find to seem to find of this ground is of their main stand. Like, what do they think it is? The Stretford end? You know, that's all I can find. That's the only pictures I can find. It looks like a bog standard National League South ground, if I'm being honest. Mostly standing, which is one of the reasons why it's not bottom. It looks quite an old-fashioned ground. Maybe needs a bit of work done to it. But yeah, the Bob Lucas is my 4th place. 3rd place, Damson Park, home of Solihull Moors. Now, I've actually been to this ground in 2018, and the only time I've been, there were more away fans than home. It's a very small ground. There's barely any atmosphere. There's an airport nearby. My experience there was not the best, to say the least. And I can imagine on a Tuesday night when they play a game against Dover, it is dead. Scattered seating as well when we went there might have changed. I have heard they've got a new stand, which I like. They just had like different stands here and there, just like temporarily there, which I thought was a bit strange. Very crammed in when we had to stand behind the goal. Not much space to say if the likes of Stockport, Wrexham, Notts County go down there and they bring a lot of fans. It is very packed, which is a bad thing, obviously. So Damson Park is my 3rd place. 2nd place, York Road, home of Maidenhead United. Now, it's not one that looks good to the naked eye, although I think it's like one of the most oldest grounds in England or in the world or something, which I can give them that, but it might be a decent day out. But for me, it doesn't look like one I'd like to go. Yeah, that's the one I want to go to. Yeah, it just doesn't. It looks a bit naff, and okay, I can understand they're a lower club and they might not be able to afford loads of seating, but it just doesn't look. I've seen Isthmian Premier Division teams' grounds that are better than that. So yeah, York Road, 2nd place. 1st place, Moss Lane, home of Altrincham FC. I've been there in the 2014-15 season with Wrexham. We beat them 4-1. Unfortunately, I don't really remember a lot. I remember standing behind the goal. It's just not the best ground appearance-wise. They only average 1.1k, and that was it every home game, and that was when they were in the National League North, which was the 10th worst, in the 10th in the table of average attendances. It's going to be interesting to see how many they get through the gate next year. It looks like it does need some work done and a lick of paint. They've got that one, I don't know, it's in the Nash stand. Yeah, it just doesn't, it looks like it could do some work done to it. But yeah, Altrincham is my 1st place. On to the 5th best now, which is the Proact Stadium, home of Chesterfield FC. Now, this stadium has a great view from every stand, every place on the pitch. It's got a seating all around. There's no like gaps in this stadium, which I like. There's a good atmosphere here, and it's a great modern ground, and it's the perfect size for Chesterfield. Now, I know on their day when they were in League One, they were filling it out when they were playing like Sheffield United and stuff. But yeah, they do average around, I think it's like 3,500 now, but I can see next year If they're pushing for playoffs, that attendance will go higher and there will be a great atmosphere. So I would like to go to the Prague Stadium one time. Fourth place, Roots Hall, home of Southend United. This could be a controversial one, but I would love to go to this stadium. It possibly has the worst view, but for atmosphere, it looks all right. It's like an old-fashioned ground. It looks quite quirky, and I do like a quirky ground here and there. It's quite a big ground. I think it's over 12,000 seats, and one I'd like to tick off. I think Wrexham play them in September. I don't think I'll be able to go, but I'd love to go there sometime for a ground hop or something. It's a League Two stadium easily, if maybe a League One. They were in League One a few years ago, and it was getting quite packed. It'd be interesting to see what the attendances are like next year, but Roots Hall, I'm a big fan of this ground. Third place is the Racecourse. I could have been biased here and put Wrexham second or first, but I'm not. I'm a totally real YouTuber, but the only thing that lets Wrexham down is the cot behind the goal, which is unfortunately isn't in use. So there's only 3 stands that are available for fans to sit in at the Racecourse ground. Now, if we did have the cot made into a new seating stand, which I think might be going ahead soon, it would be crazy. We're going to average at least 7,000 next season. The atmosphere is going to be great. There's always a great atmosphere at the Racecourse, whether we're 20th in the National League or we're winning the league. It's a great appearance from the outside. Hopefully, like I said, the cop will be done up. And yeah, it's a League Two stadium, this is. And I love going to the Racecourse week in, week out. Hopefully we can go there at the start of the season. It's one that I would definitely recommend for away fans to come up to North Wales and experience the atmosphere of the Racecourse. Second place, Edgeley Park, home of Stockport County. This is a cracking ground with a great set of fans, which provide a quality atmosphere every game. This is one I would have been going to, not last season, this season before. We were set to play them at the end of the season, and I think I was going to go, but COVID hit, so I still want to go there. It's a great ground for this level, It's a great appearance with that big stand behind the goal. Yeah, it's a great ground that looks great to a neutral football fan, so Edgeley Park is my second place. First place, there should be no argument about this. It's Meadow Lane, home of Notts County. This is a ground that nearly has 20,000 seats inside it. Notts County average around 6,500 every home game, so it's nowhere near full, but you can't really tell. It's a great ground, and it was made for when Notts County were a club on the rise in like League One and stuff, so they were expected to get around 10,000-15,000, but unfortunately that's not been the case. Yeah, it's a great ground. I'd love to go there. Like Edgeley Park and some others, I'd love to tick off these grounds when going away with Wrexham. So hopefully Meadow Lane is one I can visit this year. A great set of fans and just a great stadium overall. A very modern one and a very big one. For this level, by far, Notts County's is the best in the league. So yes, guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, drop a comment down below who you think has the best stadium/ground in the National League. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Take care. Hit the red subscribe button as well. We're on the road to 2,000, and I'll see you guys there.